It's been 8 years since Company of Heroes 2 released, so it's an extremely exciting time now that Company of Heroes 3 has officially been announced. Taking place in a 1943 German-occupied Italy, Company of Heroes 3 is looking to completely shake up the franchise in ways we haven't seen yet, from a non-linear, Total War-esque mix of campaign map and battles to new mechanics like breaching buildings and an even higher focus on tactical gameplay. While not due to release until late 2022, there is some extremely exciting news. You can play the pre-alpha preview right this very moment for the next 3 weeks in a similar setup to Humankind's open dev format. So in today's video, I'll give you a rundown on what you can expect to see in the pre-alpha preview based on released information, how you can access it, and what you need to do beyond just playing the preview itself. Let's dive in. Let's start off with just a few of the new features in the game, and as a longtime veteran of the Total War franchise, the game had me at the words campaign map. In CO3, you will take charge of your campaign personally in a dynamic turn-based, non-linear campaign map of the Italian peninsula, all in a new theater of war not yet playable in the franchise. During your campaign, you will certainly have mission objectives and a form of narrative driving the campaign as a whole. It will be up to the player to decide how that unfolds though. Do you make a concentrated push from the south with every division, or do you flank with more covert groups on either side, creating some chaos to distract the enemy as you move in for more decisive actions? This freedom to the player ensures that every campaign remains unique and adds a great deal of replayability throughout the game. It's one of the best aspects of Total War, and while CO3 won't have the exact same systems with regards to things like resources, diplomacy, unit creation, etc., it's still a huge leap from previous Company of Heroes, and it makes me incredibly excited to try it out. Stemming off of that are campaign companies, groups of soldiers you can give commands to, like securing enemy bases, ports, and airfields, in turn allowing you to upgrade and customize your army compositions and call in special forces. Details on this are pretty vague, but hey, it's announcement day, and you can't give away the farm on day one. Next are factions. CO3 will have some familiar factions from the previous games. However, there are going to be more factions overall than any we've seen thus far. Each army's roster and mechanics will be unique, regardless of country origin, including new vehicles, weapons, and abilities for old and new factions alike. The really cool part is that as the allied player, you can and will have Italian resistance fighters join your cause as you play, bringing with them new soldiers and technology. From the sounds of it, your gameplay decisions will play a large part in how the resistance helps you. For instance, preserving towns in battles will have them look more favorably on you, and causing too much destruction will decrease their opinion of you. Either way, it adds just another layer of strategy to the campaign map side of things, and I'm very excited to see how it plays out. As for battles, they're seeing a great facelift as well. Cover, suppression, and true sight have been refined. Terrain sight blocking and new shot blocking mechanics create more realistic combat, where new flanking and armor tactics now factor heavily in how you approach tanks and other armored units. There are newer pieces to combat here too. Destruction has been greatly expanded, with eventual damage modifiers to units coming later in development, and a breaching mechanic that will allow you to clear enemy-occupied buildings much more efficiently. Italy's geography is one of the best features being implemented, specifically its verticality. Taking the high ground will give you greater line of sight and an advantage against your opponents. There are of course other slices of information regarding the game as a whole, but this is a solid place to stop within the context of the pre-alpha preview. You can head over to CO3's website to get all the details that they offer. The pre-alpha preview is exactly that. It's a preview of an extremely early work-in-progress branch of the game. In this preview, you will have access to the allied side of the campaign, securing a beach landing and running through the basics and core mechanics of both the campaign map and real-time battles. I have no clue how long it will take you to complete this preview. There doesn't seem to be any information regarding the number of turns or your objectives, etc. However, you can pretty much play an unlimited number of times, so within the limit of the campaign preview itself, you can do whatever you want for the next 3 weeks. Having played all of the Humankind open devs along with several other alpha style builds throughout my time as a content creator, I want to give those who haven't played such things a pretty big heads up. It's not often that the public gets access to these early builds, so what you will experience are, as mentioned, very work in progress things. Promoted features may not work. User interface assets may have a lot of placeholder imagery. Graphics may look unpolished and the game may run quite poorly. Game balance is definitely not going to be perfect. The game itself is at least a year away from being released, so please, in the spirit of positive critique, do not let this first impression determine how you approach the entire game. This game is 100% going to improve from its first taste, and your feedback on anything you want to see improved will definitely be necessary, as we'll get into right now. So, spoilers here. Relic didn't give the public access to a pre-alpha build just for kicks and giggles, nor to hype up a game that isn't due to release for at least a year. They purposefully released this build to gain player feedback in every area of the game, and for that feedback to come from every type of player in the gaming world. Newbies to company heroes or pros of the community, players whose entire gaming experience has revolved around strategy to the Fortnite kid that's never touched a strategy game, but this one looks pretty cool. If you play this preview build, please give feedback. You already signed up for the website, so you have access to the forums. If Relic did it right, there will be forms to fill out detailing your experience like HumanKind did. There is a huge caveat to feedback, however. No matter how broken, unbalanced, poorly implemented, or disgustingly bad any aspect of this build is, do not be degrading, toxic, threatening, or belittling in your critique. I have had multiple conversations with developers that derogatory criticism is going to be largely ignored and does not do anything but make you look ignorant. It's not difficult to give critique without being rude, and it goes miles longer to crafting a better game. Now to the rather complicated part, accessing the preview. There's a lot of steps here, so if you do get lost, just rewind and start over. Mind you, everyone's still trying to get access. We're still within 24 hours of announcement, so the website may be slow or unresponsive. Just give it time and be patient. First, you need to create a Relic account if you have yet to do so. Then you confirm that registration through the email. From there, click on the gift box in the top right corner of your screen, bringing you to the rewards section of your profile. Click on the Company of Heroes 3 banner, bringing up yet another screen that will ask you to sign into your Steam account to link your account to the Relic website. Don't worry, this isn't a fishy practice. Several developers require this type of syncing up to ensure a build is tied to your profile alone. Once your Steam profile is connected and synced to the Company of Heroes website, you will see that the free content has been added to your Steam library, and then you're all set. Just install the game, and it's yours for the next 3 weeks. And that will about wrap up this quick intro video on Company of Heroes 3. I love that they decided to try out this same preview build system as HumanKind. I think it will work out great for development. Co 3 looks like it's trying out a ton of new things to bring a refreshing breath to the series, and I'm ready to see how well they improve the game based on feedback from the community. Thank you all for checking out this video. Hopefully it's helpful in getting you access to the game and some information on everything entailed within the pre-alpha preview. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell notification so you're always up to date with new videos. There will definitely be more Company of Heroes 3 content here, so stay tuned. Thanks again for watching. This is Havoc, and I will see you next time.